7 fingers left, and my never have I ever for this week is never have I ever missed my sassy video day. Hey ladies, it is the last Wednesday of June, which means it's Book Recommendation Wednesday, and if you've been following me on Twitter, you know what I've been reading, so you probably have a good idea what this video is going to consist of. And I'm just going to tell you what the book is, and then I'll explain myself. The book is Always Looking Up, The Adventures of an Incurable Optimist by Michael J. Fox. And I'm going to explain why this book means so much to me, and I'm probably going to cry, and please just don't make fun of me. On Saturday afternoon, when I was 10, I saw Back to the Future for the first time. It was on television. It was like one Saturday a month, they'd just show the whole series, all 3 movies, back to back on ABC Family. And I loved these movies. I watched them every time they were on. It was just great. And I didn't own them until my 20th birthday. I have the 20th anniversary box set. But Back to the Future, I found what I want to be when I grow up, which is not a scientist or Marty McFly or even a time traveler, but the owner of a DeLorean DMC-12. I want that car more than anything, and I found on the History Channel a place where I can get them. But I have to, have money. But if you want to know more, let me know, and I'll tell you about them. And the second thing was my very first crush. And this was a time, 1997, when Hanson was just starting to get big, so a lot of girls had crushes on Taylor Hanson. And then the Backstreet Boys and NSYNC were the people to have crushes on. And I had a crush on a guy from a movie that was made before I was born, whose current television show I wasn't old enough to understand. And being awesome, I would watch reruns of Family Ties for the Michael J. Fox, because that's what 10-year-old creepers do when they don't understand his current show. About a year later, 1998, I know I was 12 when this happened, so it was like a year and a half later, he announced that he had Parkinson's disease. And I don't really know how to explain my reaction to this, but it was mostly, I was really, really, really upset. And I was 12, and Marty McFly, Michael J. Fox, Alex P. Keaton, whatever he was my hero. I don't know why. He just was. I think it was the Marty McFly time traveler thing. It just kind of captivated that 10-year-old imagination. And I loved him. And I still love him. And I think now he's more of a hero figure in a broader sense with what he's doing with Parkinson's research and curing brain disease, stepping towards curing brain disease and working for stem cell research and all the stuff that he does. And he's amazing, and he writes about everything he's been doing and has done since he left Spin City in the book. And I suggest you pick it up or borrow it from me and read it, because it's really amazing. I know I'm really short on time, but I really want to read 2 really quick parts to you. The first one is from the back, which is actually from the preface of the book. It says, "At the turn from our bedroom into the hallway, there's an old full-length mirror with a wooden frame. I can't help but catch a glimpse of myself as I pass. Turning fully towards the glass, I consider what I see. This reflected version of myself, wet, shaking, rumpled, pinched, slightly stooped, would be alarming if it were not for the self-satisfied expression pasted across my face. I would ask the obvious question, what are you smiling about? But I already know the answer. It just gets better from here." The second part I want to read is from an interview with Katie Couric that he did in 2006. I'm not going to get really into why he was doing the interview, but basically he did a political ad, and then Rush Limbaugh was a jerk. But that has nothing to do with this quote, which I just think it's wicked cute. He's talking to Katie Couric, and they're talking about how his physical appearance has changed. And he says, "It's not pretty when it gets bad, but I've had enough years of people thinking I'm pretty, and teenage girls hanging my picture on the wall. I'm over that now." What I have to say about that is, no matter how many pictures of this guy I have on my wall, it's It's the picture of this guy that means the most. Because that guy right there was my first love. So I'm way over time, but I believe that this book is totally worth looking into, even if you're not a huge Michael J. Fox fan like I am. It's really worth reading, and so I do believe I should be getting punished tomorrow or Friday, but Jahaira, I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.